Hello, my name is Ben, aka Nightingale TCG, and today we are playing Red Green Oden. The new sim update is out, and Oden is one of the characters who got a decent amount of support in EBO4, so I want to revisit him. The two cards that Oden got are, first of all, this Sukiyaki, I think it's how it's pronounced, who's a blocker and who gets to put a Don underneath our leader every single turn, which is very good, especially going first, because we just get value as long as he's alive every single turn, and we get to put our leader to become a 7k, because if you guys don't know, what Oden does, which I don't blame you if you don't, because it's not a very popular leader, but first of all, his land of Wano type characters with bricks all become 1k counter, which means that we can play all of these value options at just a lot more copies because they aren't bricks. Same for this Sukiyaki. He would otherwise be a brick. And then when attacking, if I have a land of Wano type character with a cost of 5 or more on the board, this leader gains plus 1k. And it's when attacking, which is relevant for this Kikunojo, which is the other card he's got, which is activate main. If this character was played on this turn, set your land of Wano type leader as active. Which means our leader can become a 7k by just swinging twice, which is quite nice. This is the deck list I've landed on. I will talk at the end of the video about the specific choices that I've made. I've tried quite a few things, and this is what currently feels the most comfortable. Apart from that, I hope you enjoy the gameplay, and if you do, please consider liking and subscribing because it helps me out a lot and it's also free. Oden against Kaido. He took first. I think this hand is very, very good. We have double search on 2. We have Hiyori on 4 into a 5 drop. Not much more you can ask for. Well, there's more. You can ask for a 6 cost law into another 5 drop. That is not a 2k Karamatsu, but we'll see. There's a 6 cost law. Nice. Step number 1. Step number 2, grab only target we have. The second injury is okay, but typically you'd want to have an EZO at some point here. Goes 5, I'll just counter this one. I think countering early against Kaido is quite nice. Let's do this. Swing 5 at lead. He didn't find stage, which is nice. And pass. Searches. Finds king. He also didn't have that on curve, which is kind of bad for him. He's been having a bit of an unlucky game. He plays down Bond Clay, and the 7 I will take. 5? Will I take a 5? Nah. He just ramps again with Queen. Law into danger is not bad here, but it means we're still remaining a 5k leader. So I think I'm just playing... I'm just gonna play second Denjiro and swing 8-8. We could have played Yam too, but this way we get the value of the Denjiro Don, but maybe that doesn't matter. Maybe Yam would have just been better to swing like... Because this Yam can't put it Don on Denjiro, can it? Yeah, sadly not. I'll take a 6. A 7. Does he have 10 drop Kaido? Is that what's coming here? It would be a bit annoying, but it's also not the end of the world if he Kaidos this away. But if he doesn't Kaido it away, then Jesus Christ, the pressure that's going to come his way next turn with Kiku being able to restand 4 Don. There's a king. And a stage. He's going to use leader ability. Alright. That works too. Taps the stage, uses king. Can he still use queen as well? Yeah, he can if he wants to. He's going to go up to 7. Means he can't play 10 cost Kaido though. This I will give him... I think I don't need the Yam anymore. Because this turn is just a Kiku turn. Swing 8, restand 2. I should swing 2 into this Bond Clay first, by the way. Just in case he defends it. Which I doubt he would. You can use the 1 cost event, obviously. Yep, there it is. Minus is another Don though. Then let's go 8. Okay, counters this, which makes these next 2 swings like a bit less important. I might search with Perona here, see if I can find a DMG or Samurai, just to feel a little bit safer. And the difference between this being like 9-10 and potentially like 7 is not that big with how much he's been countering here. Let's play this. I'll grab a... I'm so stupid. I should have just played it over the rest of Otama, the rest of Perona, but it's fine. I'll grab this and I'll just use it on these 2. And then I'll go 7 lead, restand, 8 lead, and pass. And I don't think he can go for game in any weird way here, despite leader ability. We have too much counter in hand. Yeah, too slow of an early game. We have not seen Onigashima on 3. Well, Onigashima on 3 didn't matter because he had the queen down, so it would have rammed him the same. But not having king on 6 is painful. Okay, there's a queen blocker. Maybe you can stall. 7, I'll 1k. Now I'm regretting ditching this Yam, because this Yam on the upcoming turn would be very, very good. Good Perona, search for DMG. The thing is, I want to like have Don to use. So let's just bounce this and replay it. Alright, let's grab DMG. I don't necessarily need to use it though. Let's go 8, restand 2. Okay, uses Flame Dragon Torch. Let's go another 8. I'm trying to play around this. I'm trying to play around Judgment of Hell and also this. Obviously in this case it's this, which is annoying, but making them 7s I don't think is the best idea. Let's go 9. I don't think I need to go for game. I can play Sukiyaki down and just chill. You know what, let's do that. Let's just not risk anything. Because he's not going to 10 to play 10 cost Kaido, and even if he would, I can just load up and he can't kill me. And I think with 2 blockers down, he can't kill me either. 2k, 2k. Like, even if he has Usohachi and risks the Sukiyaki, he doesn't have a way to rest my Dawn. I have 2 life. One of them obviously can get burned, but yeah. What does this Kaido rest? Okay, I guess this Kaido rests here. Okay, maybe he can play Kaido, re-ramp with King, play Usohachi. I did not think about that. Is that enough to kill me? I still kind of doubt it. If let's say he had Usohachi here, he'd rest this, and then well, he couldn't even swing with leader if he had Usohachi. So I'm never dying. Okay, let's block. Take the 9. And GG's. Oden against Luffy. Let's take first. This hand is very good. We have Search on 1, Block on 3, Hiyori into Danger on 5, while it's still being able to put a Don underneath our leader. And then on 7 we have Kiku. Like, this is like perfect hand. So hopefully that's enough. Let's take DMG. They play Nami, put it on underneath. Makes sense. Let's play this and pass because swinging doesn't matter because he had a Don up. And our leader is not going to become a 7k yet because we need a 5 cost. on the board. Okay, 7 of us will take. Then let's play Hiyori into Denjiro. Use ability, swing 7 even though it doesn't matter, but at least we become a 6k that way. But we weren't gonna take that, give him damage anyways because he had 2 done up. Okay, plays Luffy. He has a very, very good start as well. I don't have a 2k, so I think I'll just take this. And I'll play Law, bounce into another Denjiro. Go 8 at Luffy, we stand 2. And then I could 7, 8, 9. I could make this a 9. And I think I will. And then he has to think about giving me counter or not. I think he probably should just take. He decides not to though. Alright. And pass. Plays another double attack Luffy. Very strong, especially if you have 2 Nabis on the board already. If he goes high, I'll just block with Sukiyaki, which I will in this case. And then let's see how many Don he wants to give his leader. I'll just take a 6 because I don't want to be bothered with these double attacks. Ah, that's so annoying. That's very, very annoying. Alright. We can play Yam here, we can play Kiku. Maybe it's just Yam into Sukiyaki. Sounds good. Let's go. You could also just like jam and try to remove this Luffy. Yeah, let's swing into Luffy. You can use a Don on this attack. And then I can either go higher into it, or I'll play Sukiyaki. I think I'll just go higher into it. Try to remove it with a 10. You can obviously have the counter, but let's see. We have 1 block already lying here, so if I play Sukiyaki, there's still the chance that he just DMGs. He lets the Luffy go. Okay, that's good. The only problem is that he can freely play 9-cost Zoro now. Grabs a Nami, which is also making our blockers less useful. He just plays another 6-cost Luffy. Painful, but at least this time our Denjiros aren't gonna be tapped. Hopefully. I mean, he could have another event. Okay, he used Nami just to rest the law. Fair enough. 8. I think I need to give him a 2k 1k here. Nine I'll have to take. And then he passes. Okay. With a bunch of Don up. Clearing this Luffy is gonna be difficult. That's for sure. Start with a 7 at his face. I think our best shot is to just play this Kiku and leave a Don up for DMG, hoping he doesn't have DMG. Okay, maybe now we can get rid of the Luffy. Swing 11, 12 into it. Might still mean we'll die. 1 DMG is like kind of enough, but have to try. Okay. I think that was fine. He got a bit greedy defending these 8s because it's like so efficient. He has the 4th Luffy. Oh my god, can you stop? Like they are so efficient here because he has these 2 Namis on the board. So he's just playing a Luffy for free. Ugh. Just Usopp. If I can keep like this DMG and stuff, I'm tempted to go for game next turn. Well, I say tempted, I might even have to. Just DMG 2 Don. Get the back from Denjiro. Alright. DMG 2 Don. Go 8, restand 2. Then we'll go 8 again, restand 2. Still have Kiku to play. Let's go 7. Let's go 8. If he takes, I'll just jam. I don't need to do anything fancy. Okay, use the Don. And 2 Ks. Then let's go 7. If he takes, it's just lethal. If I jam. But I still have the Kiku. So I can do this. Put a Don on the... Go 7. Restand, go 8. GG's. That was a pretty cool and fun lethal, I have to say. Oden against Ace, he takes second. I think this hand is fine because on 3 we get to play Sukiyaki and then on 5 we get to play Izo. It's like pretty good. Into 7 either Kiku or Yamato. He takes immediately. Alright. Okay, Atmos is annoying. He also just showed me that he has a Jozu, which means that what I'm playing now is gonna get bounced, but I should still play it, I think, because it's make my leader 7k. He just leader abilities, and then, yeah, like I said, he's gonna Jozu. I'll give him a 1k with the Izo he just bounced for me. And then I'll play Yam. Give leader Don. Swing 7-8 at him. Takes the life, which is good value for us. Let's see if he has 8-cost spell. He doesn't. Okay, maybe we can win. Never mind. It's pretty bad. Let's give him a 2k. And another 2k. And now, what's actually mathematically correct? Is it better to play Yam or is it better to play 7-cost Kiku? Kiku is an 8-9. And Yam is also an 8-9. So I'll play Yam because then we can potentially get more value of Kiku the turn after. Let's go 8. Leader's abilities away a 10 drop. Okay. 9. 2k, 2k. Pass. Surely he has a 10 drop if he leaded ability to 1 away. Okay. Maybe he just values playing another Jozu. I don't know if that's the best plan for you. But who am I to judge? I'll counter these as best as I can. You don't have to take. I mean, I'm just playing Yam again, huh? Let's go 8 here. Go... If I go 9 at face, do I die? Maybe, but I feel like I have to push. It gives me double 2k. I'll give him a 1k. I'll give him a 2k. I'll give him a 2k. 9 I'll take. Nine I'll take. Marker blocker. Unfortunate. Maybe I should have played Kiku just so it doesn't get bounced by Jozu, but honestly I feel like him playing Jozu's is wrong over just playing the 10 drop down. But yeah, we're just dead here, aren't we? I can't go for leaf or can try a little bit of this. But yeah, it's just GG's. Should have swung into a character so that he potentially needs to block, but it doesn't matter. I'm just dead. He blocks anyways. Let's take... Oh my god, just... Okay, he's annoying me by searching a bunch and just not going for it. Fine, I'll FF. I like giving people the opportunity to like go for lethal, but if you have such a clear lethal on the board, just go for it, please. Sure, let's play an Oden mirror. I'll mulligan this. Pass. He has Momo. Sergio Sukiyaki. I'll just go 8 at his face. I don't think I have the, like, I don't think I need to care about this. This deck needs to play so much on curve that it doesn't really have freedom to use to keep these moments, like, characters searching. That's why I'm not playing it. Like, this is fine for him, but if he would have had, like, a Hiyori turn, it would have just been bad end and he wouldn't have been able to search. Then let's go with Hiyori, use effect, play Denjiro, go 7 lead. Pass. And then next turn we can potentially play Hiyori Otama. You can be my samurai, play out Izo. There's the Hiyori for himself. He plays out Izo though. I guess that's a 2k you can play. He leaves a Don up. He could have also put a Don underneath his leader. Which he just didn't do. Alright. Let's play this. Go... aided lead. Use DMG. Let's search here. Grab Kikunojo. Use... you can be my samurai. Use Hiyori. Play Izo. Put it on underneath. Go 7. Play another Otama. Grab Sukiyaki and Samurai again. Pass. That felt good. We've used 2Ks, but still felt good. Then next turn, if he doesn't like clear Denjiro, we can play Hiyori into another 5-drop. Like Hiyori, use Hiyori into 5-drop and play even another 5-drop. He plays Mihawk. That is definitely an option that I haven't considered really yet. He swings with his blocker. Would have rather swung with Momo. Well, now you gotta swing into this Otama as well, because otherwise this Otama swings back into your blocker, and that's not good. He searches though, finds a Denjiro. Yeah, sure. And then he plays another one of those. Let's use... I don't think I'll get to use Lord Beppo in this game. So let's toss it. Then... let's play Hiyori. And go... aided lead. Let's go another 8. Leader ability into Izo. Put a Don here. And he blocked, which means I could play another 5-drop. I can also play Sukiyaki as well though. Another 5-drop seems strong. So maybe let's just swing 7 into Sukiyaki. And just play Denjiro and pass. And if these live, if both of these Denjiro live, then I can generate a lot of value next turn alongside this Kiku. He searches a 2k. Puts it on underneath his leader. He has been proving me wrong with this Momo, I have to say. He's been like using it pretty consistently. Yeah, I was just about to say, I'm assuming Kikunojo comes down. Let's use this and -2 here. And then I guess I'll give him a 1k. Now, do you want to swing with Mihawk? I can do so many things here. I could threaten lethal with like Ashura, but I might not have to. Start with a Kiku myself. Go 8. Let's go 8 here. He minus my leader. But I think that just means I'll go like 5 here. Let's go 8. You just have to like swing around his Mihawk, which is a bit of annoying because he has all the 2Ks. Okay, then let's restand. Make this a 7. And then I'll pass with a done up. That I'll just 2K. Want to keep the Izo effects for the leader in case he has another Kiku Nojo. Also don't want to use them too early in case I have like bricks, or in case he decides to DMG or anything like that. Okay, he just gives me 7. He tries to play board now. I think we can defend this. There's the Kiku. Let's use 1 Kiku on this, I think. I think I want to keep the MG, so to get rid of the blockers. It's blocked, let's counter that, and then he passes, and I will DMG, and honestly that should just be it. Yeah, GG's. Oden versus Lim, he chose first. This hand is fine going second because we have Hiyori, so I think I'll keep. We could have, like, the hand could be better, but I don't think I should be greedy. Pass turn 1, because we don't have searchers. If we would have had a searcher now, it would have been a very, very good hand, because we could play a 5-drop on turn 4 and then on turn 6 of the law. This Piranha should have shown up earlier, but it's fine. The question is, which 5-drop do we play? I think Izo is just better for now. If we had a searcher down, I would have played Denjiro, because then the turn after we could have played Law into Izo, put the Don underneath Denjiro, and then restand 2 Don. And then still manage to get a Don underneath our leader, but this way we just have to do this. I'm wondering what the best way is to play this matchup. Probably just to pressure his face as hard as possible with our 7k swings. Not even bother about his board. He's gonna go 6, and I think I will give him a 1k. Alright, do we just play Denjiro? Swing 7-7? Probably. If he doesn't block this first 7, then this next 7 is gonna go into the chopper, because he could just block and 2k anyway, so I don't want to leave him the choice. But yeah. Then we pass. Next turn we can potentially find another 5-drop of this Perona. Although there aren't many, I think it's literally only Denjiro that I can find as the 5-drop of Perona. I'll take the first hit. We have a lot of 2Ks in hand. So let's 2K with one of the ASLs. And then I don't think I care about Sukiyaki anymore. Then he plays an NL. And Perona. That's pretty good. Alright, the Izo is pretty good too though. Let's play Perona, grab. I can only grab DMG. Play Law, bounce into Izo, put it on underneath. And I think I will just go 8 athlete. Because I can transform these DMGs into 2Ks with ease if I wanted to. And 7 is probably just gonna get block 2K'd. We have a big ass board, which is very good. Next turn, if he doesn't have like another Perona, then next turn DMG plus resting blocker and a Don potentially could be a good lethal option because Denjiro also restands too. But let's see what he does first. He's on 10 Don, which means he's on a Shanks turn, but I don't think Shanks does that much here. I think I'm going to give him a 1K. These ESOs are for the turn, aren't they? That's pretty good as well. Let's take this 6. Then let's 1K this 6. What's his plan? I still have a blocker up. Let's give him a 2K. Is his plan just Mihawk? Mihawk isn't enough, right? 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3. Sorry. 1, 2, 3 for Mihawk, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 underneath Sabo. So it's 12, 12, so we need a 1K. Well, I don't think we need to risk anything, so I'll just give a 2K for now. Now he's just gonna go into ESO. Okay. And pass. Interesting. We can double DMG. Leaving 4 up. I mean, we definitely have to go for it. And I think blocker is always right and Don is always right. Now, the question is just whether we DMG again to get rid of Judgment of Hell. What events could he have? He could have like DMG and Judgment. I think it's probably good enough to do this. Judgment is very, very annoying. Let's go 8, restand 2. He takes. Let's go another 8. He might just have it. Okay, that's 2 1Ks and a 2K. Let's go another 8. Just want to play around DMG. 1K, 1K, 2K. He probably has it, but I also can't leave Law standing anymore. Okay, he did have Hell's Judgment. I wonder. Was the play to just not go for it? Or maybe the play was to take life to... Because the chance of that life being a brick isn't like that high considering our leader ability. But it also could have been if it was like a... Well, we don't have that many bricks. If it was like a 9 Shanks, we would have died. But then at least he can't like swing into the ESO and kill it. But he could still do it twice, I guess, technically. Tricky. GG's. Oden against Kuzan. Let's take... I'm assuming he still wants to take second, so let's take second away from him. And this is not that great, so let's mulligan, and this is pretty fucking horrible as well. Jesus Christ, this is bad. Oh boy, okay. Let's take this. Okay, at least we have a play. Kinda don't want to take early against Kuzan because like next turn is an Isho turn, but I think we just had to take there. This is what it is. I don't even mind getting Isho, I'll just drop 2 laws and fine. Oh god, what is that? What is this game? Okay, Ijo. Yep. 2 laws can go away. In 5, I'll 1k with the Sukiyaki. Let's search with Perona, grab a Denjiro. Play Izo, swing 7. Pass. Another Isho, but we aren't at 6 cards in hand. So he's just using it to filter. Which, fair enough. But, I don't know, I feel like playing Saka would have just been better here, no? I'll take the 7. He doesn't swing with his Isho. Okay. Let's go 7 lead. Let's go 7 lead. Play Kiku. He stand leader. Go 7 lead. 8 lead. Pass. Izo is gonna die from these Ishos, but it is what it is. Yep. Then he has Garb into Saka. But if he plays Garb here, he doesn't have Don up. Okay, just red rocks. Fair enough. Fair enough. Just counter these. He also doesn't have Don up still though. Let's go 8 at least. Then 9 or 10. Okay, let's go 10. Is it GG's? Oh my god. Okay. Somehow we got there. I feel like he like misplayed by playing the second Isho on 7 Don when he could have just played Saka. Maybe he thought I had enough cards in hand for him to rip me, but then like just read your card, I don't know. That was such a horrible start with the bounce as well, but we somehow got there. Fair enough. Alright, let's go with some final thoughts. First off, do I think this leader is going to be competitive? Sadly, I don't feel like it is. The changes and the new cards that he's got are nice, don't get me wrong, but all the relevant meta matchups just seem so unfavorable for him. Like, against Ace, your 5 costs are just getting bounced by Jozu, and your 4 cost even, or slash your 3 cost gets bounced by Atmos, which is annoying. Red Rock is annoying. If we had a way to put protection out, then maybe it'd be good. Maybe I could consider putting this A-Saber Luffy, like just changing this A-Saber Luffy for Toshiki. But the reason that this A-Saber Luffy is in there is because of the Mihawk matchup, which is also not a bad matchup for you, because you're slash type leader, so Mihawk becomes a 6k, and just in general the big bodies are too much to deal with, so we kind of feel like we need to rush him down, but it's very, very difficult to do that against a 6k leader with 5 life. But at least with this A-Saber Luffy we can contest his board a little bit, because, well, it's just a better Otama for our leader, because we also get to put a Don underneath our leader, which is always useful. And Otama isn't even searchable like off this Otama, so that is like kind of irrelevant as well. But I also don't want to replace any of the other 2Ks in this Kawamatsu, because this Kawamatsu is a nice emergency 5-drop for this law, which I think this law is very, very good for this deck. Because you just get to play a 5-drop, and you get to be very greedy. If you have your second on curve, you get to play Hiyori on 4 into a Denjiro, which, like, in the past you always wanted to play Izo out immediately anyways, because Denjiro is like so much slower. But now we can play Hiyori into Denjiro, and then the turn after, if we've played a Searcher on turn 1, which is not that difficult to do, we can play Law, bounce the Searcher, bounce the Izo, put the Don underneath the Denjiro, swing with Denjiro, restand 2 Don, and swing another 8 with Leader afterwards as well. which is pretty strong. The consistency of this deck is also quite nice because we get to play 8 searchers plus like You Can Be My Samurai and Hiyori are like pseudo searchers, and we could even play Momonosuke as well, and at the beginning I did. I just kept decreasing the copies of him because he's fine on 2-don, and that's kind of it. But even on 2-don, I'd rather play this Otama and this Prona, I think, because at least afterwards they're targets for You Can Be My Samurai. And if we have both of them, we can play both of them out, and it's better than Momo as well. And on 3-don, I kind of always prefer playing Sukiyaki over Momo and like another search, so he just felt awkward to use, but I'm saying you can put him back in. This Yamato and this Kiku, I at the beginning played both at 4-offs, but I put them down further and further because they kind of take up the same slot. Well, this Yamato, like, let's first compare this Yamato to this Kiku. If you play Yamato or Kiku, the amount you swing with doesn't actually change. It's still the same. Because on 7-don, if you play this Yamato and you use ability, then you swing 7 with Yamato, you put the other don that you haven't used underneath leader and you swing 7-8. And if you play this Kiku, you swing 7 first and then you swing 8 the turn like afterwards after restanding. So it effectively is the same card, just that afterwards you'll have an 8k body lying there, and with Yamato you'll have a card lying there that can give your leader a don, which is kind of the same thing as well. So they are very similar cards. And then this Yamato also shares a spot with this Law, because like if you play what I talked about earlier in your second curve, you play Hiyori into Denjiro and then you play Law and you have an Izo as well, then this Law is the better play than this Yamato. But in cases where you don't have that combination, this Yamato becomes better, which is why I'm playing Yamato at a less higher copy, because most of the time I prefer the Law play. Now the biggest issue I have with this deck is its top end. Its top end is so awkward to figure out. I've been trying this Law and Beppo, and I kind of feel like it's the best one in a way, because you can use it and become an 8k leader, like become a 7k leader at the minimum, and if you have any of these cards on the board between these 10 that allow you to put a rested don underneath your leader, you can even become an 8k leader. In the past, people used to play Newgate to just play him out and then put a don underneath our leader and make us an 8k consistently, which is solid too. I just prefer that Law and Beppo also takes care of another target. I've also tried out every variation of Shanks. I've tried out this Tan Shanks, I've tried out Bomb Shanks, which kind of felt similar to Law and Beppo without making us a 7k, which is why I ruled that out. I played this Shanks, which if you high roll is very good, but apart from that it's a bit weird. And I also tried out the 9 Shanks, which is in a similar vein as this 10 Shanks and this Law and Beppo. I don't know which one is the best one. They all kind of feel similar and weird. So I don't know, maybe it's just preference based. And I'll suggest you guys should like try all of them out and figure it out on your own. I don't necessarily think there's a correct answer, at least at the moment. Maybe if the meta develops a bit more, there will be one. But let's talk about this deck. Still has stuff to look forward to. First of all, in EBO 3, we'll be getting this Hiyori, which is like kind of a better Momo in my opinion, because you just play her to draw, and then afterwards you can be my samurai on her, and then you can pop her at any point to put a don underneath our leader. So that's nice. But then also in EBO 4, on the other side, we'll be getting this Zoro, which I think actually solves our top end issue, because he's like playing Newgate and then making our leader to become an 8k, because he's only 7 dons, so you can easily put don underneath our leader. But he's also like a character rush card, which helps with our board control, and it also helps with our aggression. So I think this card is going to be very, very good in Oden. So just because he's not like super amazing right now, I wouldn't necessarily give up on this leader. I definitely think there is potential for him. He just isn't quite there yet, but the cards that he's gotten this set do help a lot alongside like the OP13 things in this Ace Saber Luffy and the Law, etc. He's definitely feeling a lot more comfortable than he did before, which is already a plus. I think I've hit pretty much all of my talking points. The only thing I can still think of is that, like, if you'd want to play, you can play Rad Beam as like a defensive event, but honestly I don't think you need it. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, let me know in the comments, and feel free to leave comments of leaders you want me to play in the future. And apart from that, have a wonderful day.